I want to give you 2 quick tips today to help anyone agree with you or make it more likely that they're going to agree with you. Of course, I'm Joshua Lisec. This is Daily Persuasion. I am the New York Times bestselling author and co-author, ghostwriter of 97 books, and a professional certified hypnotist. And the 2 tips I want to give you is number 1, and this comes from Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which is this idea that words define our reality as our brains perceive them. And we can reprogram someone's reality by giving them new words. That's neuro-linguistic programming. One way to help create agreement, and by the way, persuasion is not manipulation. Persuasion is where you make it easier for someone to say yes. You don't force them, you don't coerce them, you don't trick them, you don't lie to them or cheat or do whatever it takes. Persuasion is making it easier for someone to say yes. So when we talk about convincing someone, this is about making it easier for them to say yes to you, to agree with you, to join your side. And one way to do this, I want to tell you about, is you use the exact phrase that they left off with in your reply to them. So for example, if you are in a clinical hypnosis session and you're the clinical hypnotist or the consulting hypnotist or hypnotherapist or what have you, and someone says, I just feel like I no matter what I can do, I just can't lose those last 10 pounds. So this is a weight loss hypnosis client who wants to reprogram the way they think about food and eating and nutrition and their own habits in life. So if their last few words are, I just can't lose those last 10 pounds or those last stubborn 10 pounds, you start off with, yeah, those last stubborn 10 pounds or those last 10 pounds or those stubborn last 10 pounds. Oh, this person gets me. They understand me. They're using my words. Neuro-linguistic programming means what? Words equal reality. This person shares my reality. To persuade someone is to use empathy. I get what it's like being you. I understand. I can help you. Let's do this together. It's not possible to defend against that, to resist that. That is powerful stuff. Using their own words back to them. And by the way, this is how I create so many successful national and international best-selling books for debut authors who even have small audiences, and they sell tens of thousands of copies like crazy. It's because we go and we look at the reviews of those books that are in their same genre. We look at what people wanted to get from those other books but failed to get. Those authors overpromised and underdelivered. I really just wanted to have a book about XYZ. I copy XYZ and paste it as a chapter title or as a subtitle for a book or even as the friggin' title of the book of my own author. So when that market of people, that readership, see my client's book, they go, where have you been all my life? That's persuasion. The second tip I want to give you is very simply, instead of using the word but or no but, anything like that, because no but is a stop and it's a reversal of everything that came before. Imagine you say, I love you, honey, but, oh no, it's coming next, right? But is an anchor, meaning it's already dense with meaning that's not in the word itself. Imagine it's a word cloud. These sort of anchor words like but, same thing with like the word abortion or homosexuality or any of these politically active, reactive words. They all are anchors. The word but is an anchor. So anytime you're going to use the word but, simply replace it with and or and yet or yes and. I did that for you, honey. No, but and then you try to argue and try to go off. And now you're doing what? Your words are in separate realities. Remember, words equal reality. Neuro-linguistic programming. Show that you are on their side, especially if you're in an argument. This is a way to work with someone who is logical, rational, and reasonable. In a previous episode, I talked about how the left now is so, I believe many of them are so far gone. They are the 3 categories of people a hypnotist cannot work with. They're smart Alex, they're addicts, and they're on some type of psychiatric substance, be it SSRIs that screw with their brain, or they're literally drunk, or they're on PCP, or they're on something that's making them go crazy. Or perhaps they're on that 90% THC. What are those things called that everybody's making themselves high in cars now, and they just stop at a red light and stay there, right? Vaping, right? Cannabinoid, hardcore cannabinoid vaping, right? So everyone it seems like is not quite in their right mind, and it shows. Plus, they have the cognitive dissonance of the book When Prophecy Fails, and their prophecies about reality, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, so on and so forth, did indeed fail. So they're having a really hard time. So these two techniques, I recommend you work with people who are in their rational mind. And I think there probably are still rational liberals in this country. I haven't met any recently. Most of them seem to exhibit the three characteristics of the fundamentally unpersuadable, non-suggestible type of personalities that hypnotists could never work with, unfortunately. But the yes and technique, if you were to say, I love you, honey, but you can't keep putting the dirty dishes in the cupboards. What's wrong with you? Does it sound like I love you? No. So what I'm hearing is I don't love you and I hate you because you put dirty dishes away, or perhaps you haven't cleaned them properly to my standards, and there's a whole mess around that. I love you, honey, and I so appreciate the way that you put dishes away so I don't have to. I noticed that a few of these still have some dirt on them. Maybe you just didn't see it. Would you mind having a second look and making sure there's no food scraps on them and we put them in there? See how different that is? Oh, wow, thanks. There's no argument. There's no nonsense. There's no shenanigans. Just simply replace but with and talk. Simple. If you want to have a functional, healthy relationship. But if you're one of those three categories, you probably don't. And if that's who you're married to, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. 12 million American conservative men are married to a Facebook American or to an NPR American, by my estimates. You guys are having a hard time right now. A hard time. What do you think you should do?